The steel comes in through the door looking like this, coils of steel that the factory floor machines then feed through and cut out parts that go into automakers and door locks, every household items like that. It's kind of like a cookie cutter, essentially. And now, thanks to the tariffs, this steel has become between 25 and 30% more expensive for the company. We spoke with the CFO of Transmatic yesterday, who told us that there are about 6.5 million jobs like those you see on this factory floor with workers who do production of steel, and that the tariffs are actually putting those jobs at risk to protect the several 100,000 workers at the mills.
In a trade war, which is essentially what we're in, there are clear winners and clear losers. And unfortunately, there's a lot of collateral damage, and people's lives and livelihoods are put between the crosshairs.
Now, so far, Transmatic has been able to pass most of those costs on to their customers, which represent about 10% of their 2018 bottom line. But that solution won't last forever, as they have competitors overseas, primarily in Germany and Europe, that can produce the same components for cheaper, and they risk customer defections overseas. So now, among the solutions that they're talking about in order to prevent this from happening, they're considering actually moving more production overseas themselves to their facilities in Mexico and China. And if that's the case, that could cause potentially even more job losses here in the state of Michigan. But it's what they say they have to do potentially in order to stay viable, guys.
Leslie, we have some components here. I guess part for the airbag, a cap for the ultra capacitor. I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, which I don't. And then a motor housing. These are the parts. They seem like very small issues, but it gets to the bottom line that this is all part of a huge impact that could step up. I saw a story earlier this week, I think it was in the Detroit Free Press, just talking about the impact that this could have in terms of the number of jobs writ large.
Exactly. I mean, they say that 6.5 million workers in the U.S. are creating components out of steel, creating products out of steel, which above and beyond dwarfs those that are people who work in the steel mills themselves. Now, it's fascinating, especially here in the state of Michigan and in Holland, Michigan in particular. We spoke with the mayor yesterday, who told us that 1/3 of employment in this town comes from manufacturing. They're known for furniture manufacturing and, of course, the steel components that you see here. So it means a lot for these small towns in middle America.
You know, manufacturing has been something that we have seen a resurgence. Have they seen a resurgence in recent years in some of those industries, too?
Yeah, that's what they talk about time and time again. And I think the big fear here, and this is what we've heard from several people that we've spoken with, is people are concerned that the tariffs are going to cause something like they saw in 2008, where there were a lot of layoffs in this industry. And over the last 10 years, they've enjoyed such a resurgence, and times have been good. And there's a lot of building going on in the town of Holland. They were showing us the new civic center, new movie theaters. And all of that is a direct byproduct of the resurgence in manufacturing that they've seen. Now everybody is very concerned about the uncertainty. It has the potential to stall some of these projects because manufacturing is such a big part of their local economy.
Great.
So they just want some clarity on the tariff front.